Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Transformers Age of Extinction. And this movie is directed by Michael Bay, and it came out in 2014, starring Mark Wahlberg. And I have seen this movie once before, back when it came out in theaters. And I don't really remember much, but I can say this confidently. I absolutely hated this movie. Upon revisiting it, there was nothing that I liked, honestly. The visual effects, surprisingly, in this movie looked pretty bad at points. Like, they just it never once felt as though they were a part of the environment. Sometimes they looked okay, but for most of the movie, the way that they're shown and the way they're lit, they look like ghosts or previs, really. Like, it just doesn't look like a finished product, and I don't understand what happened. Because this is a $210 million movie. You'd think that with a movie that has that much money behind it, the visual effects would look pretty great. Because the 2007 film, that movie has really great visual effects, and really the first three looks pretty good. All three of those movies, with the exception of a couple moments, for the most part, they hold up pretty well when it comes to the visual effects. This movie does not hold up at all. For the most part, it's like the antithesis of those first three movies when it comes to the visual effects, where there's a couple moments that don't look all that great, but most of it looks really solid. Whereas this movie, a couple moments where it looks passable, the rest of it just, what did you do? But aside from that, I didn't like any of the characters. I didn't find them interesting. They're underdeveloped. I don't care about anything that's going on. Like, the action in this movie sucks. And also, with a movie called Transformers, you're expecting Transformers to be a big focus. And that was something that was lacking in the previous three films. Whereas in this movie, maybe that would be improved, but nope. This is kind of like the worst case of that, because when it comes to the action, normally we would be shown what's going on with the Transformers, like them fighting against each other, whereas in this film, it barely even focuses on them. It's mostly just focused on the human characters for no reason. And this movie is way too long. It's almost 3 hours long for absolutely no reason. Like, if you think the previous three Transformers movies were a bit too long, like, this is something else. So this is just stop. Like, you could have cut so many things out of this movie and nothing would change. The comedy in this movie I didn't really like at all, despite it being kind of toned back a little bit. I think I might be wrong about that, but I didn't feel as though there was too much comedy in this movie. So there's that, I guess. I never once found the villain of the movie to be intimidating. Nothing really made any sense when I tried to think about it. It's all just a whole bunch of random nonsense. And we have all of these different components clashing together with one another, and I just can't keep up with any of it. I also didn't like the Imagine Dragons music. That didn't need to be in the movie. I don't know why that was there. And this movie just wastes a lot of time on stuff that I don't care about. Like, for a movie that's almost 3 hours long, you'd expect some characters you can get behind, something to get attached to. And they try to give you some reason to get attached to Mark Wahlberg's character, but in the end, it's just he has a daughter that he's trying to protect and provide for, and that's really it. That's all you get from this movie. And sadly, a decent amount of the acting was pretty bad from this film. And the daughter character, played by Nicola Pelez, if I pronounced that correctly, probably not. She was pretty bad in this movie. Never once did I feel as though she was like playing a character. She just felt very flat, and she just looked like she didn't want to be there. Thank goodness this movie was on Netflix, so I could watch it in 1.5 times speed. That made it slightly more bearable. But why is this movie almost 3 hours long? This movie also introduced Transformium. That was quite possibly the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Like, just from the name alone, Transformium. Really? Really. Transformium. And that's about all I have to say about Transformers Age of Extinction. I hope this movie goes extinct. Okay. I wish to never watch this movie again, and this is easily the worst Transformers movie for me. I haven't seen The Last Night in a while, but I remember not liking that movie for the editing alone and the aspect ratio constantly changing. Like, that one's, at the very least, more annoying to sit through, whereas this one, it's just unbearable. Like, there's nothing to even like about it or remember about it. It's just nothing. It's just watching nothing for almost 3 hours. And so, with all that being said, I'm going to give Transformers Age of Extinction a 1 out of 10. Two movies that I've rated a 1 out of 10 back to back. This and The Mummy Tomb of the Dragon Emperor. And if you were to ask me which one I would rather watch, I pick The Mummy Tomb of the Dragon Emperor for one reason. It's shorter. And that's all I have to say about that. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you thought of Transformers Age of Extinction, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Alien Romulus. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.